when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. That's
Welcome to the Bible Every Day with Diana Kay. I'm so glad that you guys could join us today. I love garlic, and I hope that you do too, because today we're going to learn a little bit about baptism by making the recipe of pickled garlic. To make the pickled garlic is get some bulbs of garlic from the grocery store, and then you're going to open up your bulb, and you're going to see that inside the bulb lives all the little people, all these little cloves. Okay? So once you've got enough cloves, you take your garlic clove, you take the flat of a knife, and you just press on it, and what that'll do is it'll crack it, and you can peel off the garlic in one nice fell swoop. Okay, so I'm going to get going and finish up my garlic peeling, and we'll be back in a minute. Welcome back. Now that I have all my garlic peeled, all these little guys, I'm going to put them in my boiling water. And you just want to have enough boiling water to cover the garlic. It doesn't matter how much water or garlic. And then what you want to add to it is 1/3 cup white vinegar. You want to add some sugar, about 1/3 cup. Depends on how much you want in there. And salt. So this is the solution that we are going to leave our little guys. You can see them, they're starting to float. We're going to leave them in here. And I want to tell you about Nicander. He was a Greek poet and physician that lived during 200 BC. And the reason he's important is because he wrote a very big book about how to treat diseases and infections and things like that. And from his text, he has a recipe. And the recipe is for pickling vegetables. And in this recipe, he uses 2 Greek words. The first is bapto, and the second word is baptizo. Bapto and baptizo. Bapto and baptizo. Okay, so what we've done right now, according to Nicander, and I'm just going to call him Nicky, according to Nicky's recipe, is we've baptoed these. We've dipped the garlic cloves in. As you can see, nothing's much changed with them. They're just blanched. Now what we're going to do, spend a couple minutes, is we're going to take all of the solution and we're going to pour it into a bowl and wait for it to cool. Okay? Now here's the thing. We have our garlic here, and it's in this solution. You've got the solution, and in order to make it actually pickled garlic, right now it's still garlic. All we did was dip it and blanch it. In order to make it pickled garlic, we have to let this sit in a canister for about 3 months. Bapto is temporary. When you dip a vegetable, it's a temporary change. Baptismo, it's a permanent change. What happens is this garlic is going to take on the properties of the vinegar and the sugar in the water, and it's going to be changed. It's going to taste different. It's going to look a little bit different, and it can be used in different ways. One other interesting definition that I wanted to let you know about is baptism also means to overwhelm. And when we're baptized, we share in Christ's suffering as well. And I don't know if you saw these little garlics going in and being boiled, but sitting in a jar or a can or whatever for 3 months, that's a little bit of a suffering as well. So they're completely overwhelmed by the solution as well. Just like in life, we can be overwhelmed with trials and sufferings. And when we're baptized, we're changed by God because of His grace and His mercy. And we're also changed because of how we can take part now in our trials in a different and brand new way. So I'm glad that you can join us today and learn a little bit more about baptism. And I hope to see you at the next baptism service.